strength.
Ouch.
The Patriots and the Panthers.
More defensive team.
Well, I don't know that you are anymore. Maybe, we'll see, but the loss of Judon hurts, but regardless on the Panthers, I feel badly for Bryce. And with that said, because of the schedule and because Bryce can't be as bad as last year and because Dave Canales, undersized quarterback, get it together, I could see a scenario where they finish third because this team, I think, is a train wreck waiting to happen. I still have them third, though, the New Orleans Saints. I think everyone's gone. I think Derek Carr's gone after this year. Dennis Allen's gone after this year. They might finally do what they've long needed to do, which is shake up that front office. We might see Spencer Rattler. They're just such an old team that keeps putting everything on the credit card. They can't move on from players they want to because the dead money hit is bigger than their this year cap hit. And so that Rattler would kind of be a get out of jail free card because he's so cheap. You can deal with Derek Carr. But I think the Saints are a 5-win team, which is why I think it's possible that the Panthers could jump them. And by the way, you know what's good for the two other teams in the division? You can go 4-0 against these two teams because number 2, Bake Show, back in the playoffs once again. You know what Baker does when he's healthy? Makes the playoffs, wins a playoff game, throws for 300 yards in the playoffs. That's just what the man does when he's healthy, when he's not dealing with a terrible shoulder injury that he should have had surgery on. They're going to go 4-0 against the Saints and Panthers. They also have on the schedule Washington early, Denver, the Giants, and the Raiders. Just handle those teams. You have your 8 wins. Yeah. Can you split with Atlanta? Can you steal one other game the rest of your schedule? All of a sudden you have 10 wins. We all know they have a good offensive line. We all know they have good receivers. If the defense can hold up, Bake Show do what he does. Back in the playoffs, surprise. Last time we saw Bake Show in the playoffs, he was lighting up Bruce Eagles, keeping them in that supernatural funk. And then at number 1, a Falcons team that it's the rare team that August additions really matter. I was going to have the Bucs win this division, but Judon and Simmons, adding them to buttress that back 7, now you have 2. Jesse Bates might be the best safety in the league outside of Kyle Hamilton. You add Simmons, you got a real pass rush with Judon. I feel like the offense is going to be formidable-ish, and I know you guys don't gamble. There is a bet that if anybody out there would like to make this market, I would appreciate it. The Falcons to win the NFC South, host the Lions in round 1, and get waxed. Like that, I can't. The Falcons winning that division and then losing a home playoff game to whoever the best wild card team, I feel like that is a fait accompli, but they win the division, Greg.
Yeah, I like this. This is spot on for me from 1 to 4.
Bake Show in the playoffs?
Bake Show is not in the playoffs for me. So I don't have them making the playoffs, but the Falcons, they're going to be interesting to watch, man. Defensively, when you bring in a defensive-minded coach who specializes in the secondary, you got to have a pass rusher so your secondary can hold up. And so I think that's a match made in heaven. We'll see what Kirk does to
but they maybe could survive a quarterback injury. They're one of the few teams, maybe.
Yeah, we'll see how Kirk unlocks those weapons that they have on the offensive side.
Here's the worst of first. Panthers winning the South. Give it to us,
He's trying to convince me to pick the Panthers. They are not. I got similar stuff to you. The Carolina Panthers, number 4. I hope Bryce can do something. They brought in Deontay Johnson, who I think is really talented. Hopefully he'll help Bryce. But I'm with. They could be the worst team in football.
Again?
So, yes, again. Because I'm
they
right
could.
usually.
Yeah.
So. Number 3, New Orleans. I'm not as down on the Saints as you. I don't see 5 wins. I still see a pretty good defense. They're generally, even though they're older, they are old, they're always in the top 10 defensively. They're going to be good, or not good, but, I don't see them. I think the top 3 teams in this division battle.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, battle. Like they did last year.
Yes.
Yeah.
I see that again. At number 2, though, I got the Bucs, but no playoffs. Baker played last year, and me and Baker are cool now.
Yeah.
But he played with a chip on his shoulder last year. He had to prove himself again. This year, you got the big contract, $100 million.
It wasn't even that big.
For a guy that was almost done as a starter and had struggled with a few teams, it was big. You got your own team now. And they still have no running game. I know they didn't have a running game last year, and he did well. But I got them having a decent season, but no playoffs. And here we go, Atlanta. You talked about a lot of the additions, but Kirk Cousins, I think, is going to – I think he can unlock Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts is only 23 years old.
Yeah.
You know, everybody talks about him almost
Trevor
like,
Lawrence is age.
you know, he's a bust and he just didn't get it done. He's still got a lot of time to become a good receiver. I think that he helps Kyle Pitts. And obviously Drake London and then Bijan Robinson offensively. So, yeah.
Okay. Out the door, Greg. Mike Evans touchdowns this year. Give me a number.
8.
Does he have 1,000 yards again, like he does every year?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Yes.
1,000 yards is like.
One more 1,000-yard season for him, and he becomes a lock Hall of Famer. He might already be.
And it's unfortunate that he needs another one, but he's just not a name that you just immediately say, oh yeah.
Dynamic.
And it feels
But he's
like
a heck
he's
of a
never
player.
been like in the conversation for the best in the league. So he might already be Hall of Famer, but one more 1,000-yard season and he's locked.
Let's go get it, Mike.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows.